year 2012, just as the drifted mind was mulling over things, a worrying thought dawned upon me. What do the visually impaired read in their leisure time? Not that a friend or a member of my family influenced this thought, but it was something each one of us go through every single day. Curiosity. I immediately searched the web to address my inquisitiveness and picked up the phone to share my concern with a close friend. I began conducting on-ground research with the help of the National Association for the Blind, which is one of the largest organizations working for the visually impaired here in India. I began to speak to a lot of people from the visually impaired community, and according to the data released by the World Health Organization in the year 2012, there are about 39 million visually impaired people across the globe. India is home to 15 million, which amounts to almost 40% of the population. And when I didn't come across even one single English Braille magazine for this vast number, I was taken aback. I resolved to strive hard and quench my curiosity. White Print was born in May 2013 as India's first English lifestyle magazine in Braille. The 64-pager monthly is printed at the National Association for the Blind in Mumbai and circulated across India. We cover everything right from art, music, culture, entertainment, and even politics. And through the reader section of the magazine, we encourage our subscribers to share their own articles, their thoughts, their poems, or anything else that they would like to share with the community. Let me share something very interesting about one of White Print's readers. This is Sudindra. Sudindra is a visually impaired telephone operator from Bangalore. He lost his eyesight when he was just 3 months old, but didn't let this loss of vision damper his spirit of living life. Sudindra, who calls himself an ordinary idiot, kept doing extraordinary things. He shared an article once in the magazine about his life stories, his dreams, his aspirations, and this very gentleman actually shared his number along with the article. He was so thrilled to get numerous calls from different parts of the country about readers wanting to share their own personal journeys with him. His article in the magazine led to a web of conversation and it became a great way of interaction among the community. Neha is a 30-year-old visually impaired woman who works in a bank in Mumbai. She uses an screen reading software while she's at work, and when she's traveling back home, it's an audiobook that's her company. Many people who are traveling are either using, a newspaper or a magazine, or they're immersed in a book, and Neha too desired to do just the same. And now she can. The latest edition of White Print is something Neha never forgets to carry on her journeys. Imagine a day following a national holiday when your morning cup of tea is not accompanied with a newspaper. You know that feeling, right? The sighted, like you and me, have to do this probably 2 or 3 days in the entire year. But the visually impaired go through this feeling each and every day of their lives. There's no denying the fact that the world is going digital. Yes, it is more than an obsession for a lot of us. But let's not even deny the power and underestimate the power of the print publication, be it a magazine or a newspaper. In fact, the statistics released by the Indian Readership Survey in March this year show an increase in the readership of 9 out of 10 leading publications in India. When we hear things like, White Print is my window to the world, from someone who's just moved to the city from a quaint village life, when we see people actually read the magazine in the Mumbai local train instead of having the radio to entertain them, it reaffirms our belief in the magic of the dotted word. 20-year-old Umehani is a young, dynamic student of sociology from Mumbai University. Empowered is what the magazine makes her feel, she says. Let's hear a little something from Umehani.
White Print is the most important part of my life. It is the most awaited magazine. Earlier, basically, I was this quiet listener, and I used to always wonder, everybody has info. When will I get a chance to share information with people? But I guess White Print has also fulfilled that gap, in the sense that now, whenever we have a family conversation, and when I share some info before they can share it with me, so they're all like, how did you come to know? That's the magic and the power of White Print.
Now think of this. India is home to 15 million visually impaired people. How does this vast number make choices about the brands that they wish to choose? A friendly chat with Umehani was the answer to this inquisitiveness of mine. This 20-year-old didn't leave the house without applying her favorite brand of lipstick. She told me it was her mother's favorite brand and eventually it became her favorite too. A lot of people like Umehani who do not have access to technology tend to follow what their influencers like their family or friends guide them about. But aren't we making them too powerless? Why can't we give them options and ways that they can make their own decisions, own independent decisions? And this very thought made us create a model that would expose the visually impaired to the world of brands and products. We all know how advertising is, predominantly about animation, graphics, colors, but now we'll tell companies to let the words do the talking through Braille in the magazine. Very few corporates have believed in our concept and willingly explored Braille advertising with us. In fact, one of the leading beverage companies took advertising for the visually impaired to a whole new level. They created electronic chips that were installed in each copy of the magazine, and they worked just like musical cards. This ad brought immense happiness to each one of our readers. I think we need to get more curious about conditions, communities, and cultures around us. We need to open the windows of our mind in order to facilitate a positive change in the society. And I also think by now, most of you are curious enough to touch the Braille script. You're all wearing a name tag. Right behind the name tag is another card. Take a few seconds and just touch and feel these magical dots. India is home to the world's 40% of the visually impaired population. Have we ever become curious about how this large number actually uses currency notes which do not have anything printed with Braille on them? I think we need to have more books, more novels, newspapers, shopping aids, entertainment options, higher educational material which is available in accessible formats for the visually impaired. I think we really need to have more offices that employ visually impaired talent. And above all, I really wish there were more opportunities for them to show the world how brightly they could shine. White Print is just a baby step in addressing issues faced by the communities like the visually impaired. And our attempt to make this society more disabled friendly can be a trigger point for stronger ideas from any one of you for that matter. Let's not hesitate to answer that call from the curious person sitting inside each one of us. Let's challenge ourselves and dive right into it. There's so much out there just waiting to be explored. Let's not be sighted yet blind. I now leave you with a short music film made by White Print.
देखूं तो है क्या ये रंग है क्या नया, देखूं तो है क्या ये रंग है क्या नया, उंगलियों से पूछूं पहचान कर बयां, उंगलियों से पूछूं पहचान कर बयां, क्या कान सुन रहे हैं, क्या बोल बुन रहे हैं। अंधेरों से फिर से हम कुछ नूर चुन रहे, नूर चुन रहे हैं। मुझे भी है करनी लफ्जों से यारी, मैं भी अक्षरों को यार बना लूं, मैं भी अक्षरों को यार बना लूं। कलम नहीं है ना सही साथ मेरा दो तो, कलम नहीं है ना सही साथ मेरा।
ये किताब है, पापा से कहना पढ़कर सुनाएंगे।
फिर से बना लूं रिश्ता उंगलियों से, फिर से बना लूं। हर किस्म की कहानी, दिल कहता पढ़ लूं शब्दों की जुबानी।
अब दूर हो, अब दूर हो खिलौने से, सारे आधे पौने ख्वाहिश यही है कि पाऊं पन्नों के मैं बिछोने।
मुझे भी है करनी लफ्जों से यारी, मुझे भी है करनी लफ्जों से यारी, मैं भी अक्षरों को यार बना लूं, मैं भी अक्षरों को यार बना लूं।
मुझे जानना चाहिए।
हर शाम कह रही है, किस्सों में बह रही है, कौतूहल के मेरे वो सवाल सह रही है, सह रही है।
कर खत्म ये गिला दो, सपनों को खिला दो, मेरी कहानी से फिर से मिला दो।
लफ्जों से यारी, मैं भी अक्षरों को यार